Today is Monday, August 24th, and I am here yet again with my two best plays for today's MLB slate. This is my second time recording this video because I posted the entire video already without audio. I apologize for anybody that has notifications on. Now I gotta do all this again, but it's fine because we're gonna profit today. I know that we went 2-2-1 yesterday. I really like the Drohan and the Snell reads. The Padres were gonna win the first five, and they gave up one run in the fifth inning, and then proceeded to get 5 runs in the sixth inning because, of course. I really like the Sanchez read. He got crushed versus the Cardinals. Wilkinson, we can debate whether that was a good read or not. I liked it. I guess I'm smarter than the manager. I'm joking because Wilkinson did get crushed in the fourth inning, but it is what it is. We're back today. I got 2 official plays. We're going to go over the leans list again because I got to record this again, but let's get through this. I do really like 2 plays today. We're going to start with Zack Wheeler over 17.5 outs, minus 166 on DraftKings. I'm playing it to win 0.05 units here. Now, with Zack Wheeler, I know that he has struggled in the last 5 games. I get it. Some of it hasn't been his fault. He's dealt with multiple rain delays. He's gotten really unlucky from that perspective. But the leash is still there. He threw 116 pitches against the Blue Jays, and he threw 98 pitches against the Marlins before being pulled after 5 innings. His advanced numbers look good. I know he's had a couple bad games against the Blue Jays and the Marlins. I think that has to do more with BABIP luck than anything. Some of those games he had walks issues, which is not going to be an issue today against the Mariners, who are one of the worst offenses in baseball versus right-handed pitching. A consistent thing for them has been their inability to walk at a super elite rate. Now, the bottom of their lineup is walking more, but I am not worried about a Rosarena, Canzone, Raleigh, Yun, etc. I think this is going to be a really, really tough game for them and an efficient game for Zack Wheeler. Fun fact about Zack Wheeler, the last time that he had 3 straight starts without going 6 innings was back in 2022 at the beginning of that season when he was on a pitch count recovering from an injury. This is between years, so I'm not counting this. This is not something that he is used to doing. He has talked about wanting to go deeper into games again. He hasn't gone into 6 innings since July 21st against the Dodgers. I think it happens today. I think we're getting a really, really good price on this. I don't think we'll see a price like this until he starts getting limited in the maybe like late September before the playoffs. I love this line. Give me the minus 166 on DraftKings for Zack Wheeler's over 17.5 outs. Another play I absolutely love today is actually a money line. It is the Cincinnati Reds minus 154 on FanDuel at 1.15 units. We're doing the same thing. We're playing it to win 0.75 units. It's Chase Burns day. Burns has been absolutely dealing this year. I thought that Burns would start to regress as the season gone on because of the volume of pitches and the innings he has thrown. He was cold for like 2 games from a velo perspective. He's back at it now. Back-to-back games of 8+ strikeouts for Chase Burns. Fun fact about Burns, on the road this year, he has a 9-2 record in 11 games. And when he faces a non-top 10 offense on the road, he has a 1.56 ERA with a perfect 6-0 record. Now, I am not interested in the Giants whatsoever. Weisenhert's been one of the worst pitchers in baseball, in my opinion, since the All-Star break with an 8.86 ERA. Walks a lot, gets a lot of hits. And then that bullpen's going to be used pretty early for the Giants, and it is already taxed. At home this year, they've been brutal. At home in the last 2 weeks, they've lost 6 of the last 8 games. I have no confidence in the Giants. I prefer the Reds bullpen right now as well, and the Reds bats have been hot. Even if it's a little juiced, give me the Reds at minus 154 on FanDuel for their money line. Now, there are a couple leans that I do want to discuss here. There are some really interesting angles to target on today's slate, but as first, we always take a look at the weather, which looks pretty clear today. There's not really anything I'm super scared of. The only thing would have been hot temperature in Arizona, but they got pretty good AC inside that stadium, and it'll be closed, so I am not super concerned from that. There are some major leans I do want to discuss because I was really close to making this a really, really jam-packed card. Sandy Alcantara at home, you take his over 18.5 outs, you close your eyes, and you just enjoy. I'm not really interested in ever fading Sandy under 18.5 outs unless he's gone against the Brewers or the Cubs or like the Nationals when they were hot. The Boston Red Sox do not scare me from this perspective, especially with Sandy at home. If this was in Fenway, maybe it'd be a little bit different, but with Boston traveling, I like Sandy over 18.5 outs a lot. Framber Valdez, he is a super high walks guy, but he's going up against the Tampa Bay Rays, who struggle with lefties in terms of the walks. In the last 10 to 20 games, they're really falling off versus lefties. They're really chasing, and it just has not looked pretty. Trevor Rogers absolutely embarrassed them back-to-back games. I could see Valdez having a really sneaky good start here, but Rasmussen, I also expect to shove. Even though he could be limited, I don't think he's throwing over 90 pitches for the rest of the year. So give me the under 4.5 first 5 runs in this game. I don't care about the price. I just care about cashing a bet, and I think that's a pretty good one. Cade Cavalli is my really sneaky under of the day. The Rockies do have a higher K percentage. I get that. But pitchers are getting really high K lines versus the Rockies. 12 of the last 15 righty starters against the Rockies have gone under their K lines while still having pretty decent games. I think Cavalli is getting an inflated K line just because he's gotten a lot of Ks in some of the last few games and some really good matchups. But he was getting 4.5 K lines all season. So now he's up to 6.5 after throwing 103 pitches in these games and 184 against the Rangers on 4 days rest against the Rockies, who we just faced a month ago. I think 6.5 is way too high. I really like the under for Cavalli today. Again, it's a lean. It's not an official play, but just keep in mind I do like that. Parker Messick is going to shove today. Unfortunately, he has no playable lines. You could play the Angels under 3.5 total runs or the Guardians money line. I just love Parker Messick. He's one of my favorite pitchers. My problem with him is just every once in a while he has these blow-up starts against teams he shouldn't. That could be the case today against the Angels. For this price, though, I'm pretty okay with it. I'd lean the over 17.5 outs plus Guardians money line. You could play it like the Miz plays or something. I might play it unofficial in the Discord. Another lean that I absolutely love is Jeffrey Springs over 5.5 hits allowed. I think he gets crushed today versus the Twins. We have talked about it in August, how they have done 8 right-handed hitters in a lineup now, and it has benefited them in having one of the best batting averages versus lefties in August. Springs really struggles at home with a 6.63 ERA. Against good offenses, he's generally giving up 6+ hits every single time. Do I care that he didn't get 6 hits allowed versus the Angels, Giants, Royals? Not really. I care about him getting 6 hits against the Cardinals, the Brewers, the Rockies, the Dodgers. Those are more comparable teams to the Twins. At plus money, I like the over 5.5 hits allowed. Cubs and the D-backs. I have an official play in this game in the Discord, so I won't discuss it. I really like the Padres money line in this game. I think Robbie Ray could shove against the Pirates, who are god-awful versus lefties. They just saw back-to-back lefties and didn't do anything against Skubal and Snell, besides the first inning against Skubal. And Braxton Ashcraft, the overruns on his games always seem to cash. Either he blows up or the opposing pitcher blows up. He's getting on average of like 6.5 run support, but I think it could end today. I really don't like Ashcraft against this Padres lineup. When you take Ashcraft against high ISO teams, it just does not end well for him. He's given up really big runs against the Brewers, Cardinals. You've seen it against the Phillies as well, twice. I think the Padres fall into this tier of high ISO teams. I do think that the Padres probably get 4 on Ashcraft and win this game with the plus money line. And then if you did want to take a Chase Burns prop, I'm not the biggest fan of him because I like him as to win the game, but I don't like his props because he could be limited at any moment. I lean the over 6.5 Ks though. I like it at near plus money, but I'm afraid of him getting like 5 or 6 Ks in like 6 innings pitched of shutout baseball. And I just don't want to be on the wrong end of something like that. I apologize for the rushed video. This is like my second time recording it. I was already late posting a video today because I was out all morning trying to enjoy life with the family. I ended up winning a crucial chess game against my grandpa, which I was very happy about. But let's continue the good stretch. We had a winning day yesterday. Let's have back-to-back winning days. Let's get back on the winning mode. We have had a rough August, but we have a week to turn it around. Let's have a profitable Monday, y'all. And I'll catch you later. Have a good one, guys.